What is going on, everyone, and welcome to the Philly Frenzy podcast. Yet again, we are now here tonight with Big Purp. What is going on, Purp?
Just chilling, baby. How everybody doing?
All right, so Tay, you went out and got Purp. This is somebody that Purp actually came to me and made me come and get you. So this is like a little triangle right now. So I'm definitely excited to have Purp on. Purp is like an ambassador when it comes to the 2K community. I mean, he knows everything. He knows everyone. But real quick, Rob's here as always. King Tay is finally in the building, and Purp is here as our special guest. Purp, we're gonna jump right into it. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time. Rob, we're gonna start off with you. I know we're gonna work the opposite way tonight. Usually, Tay starts off with the 2K guys, and then I finish up. But we're gonna let Rob go. I'm gonna follow up, and then Tay's gonna finish. So, Rob, go ahead and just start shooting at Purp.
All right, Perp. So, I'm newer to following the 2K community, so I'm gonna lead off with some questions on outside of that. What's your biggest personal goal outside of your 2K career?
Being a successful coach in the IRL world, the real world, is my biggest goal right now. I'm trying to actually become a coach for the schools that my kids attend right now. And
That's awesome.
yeah, that's the goal I'm pursuing right now.
I think that's awesome, man. So obviously coaching is something you enjoy doing in your leisure time outside of the community.
I love it, man. There's nothing better than that. Ever to get back
Hey,
to.
man, I agree with you. I'm an ex-player in a few sports that I played throughout my life, and I started coaching them now that, I can't play them no more, and it gives you a sense of fulfillment. I love it.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna let you have it. You can't play it no more because I still get busy.
So if you had to choose one word to describe yourself, as a person, somebody just meeting you, what would you use?
Humble, man. Humble.
That's a good trait, man.
Humble.
All right, Haley. You want to say the water was hot?
So I got one last question, and then I'm gonna hand it over to the main man, Matt. Kind of transitioning into that, into the 2K world. What piece of your personality or you as a man do you think has helped you the most in the competitive 2K scene?
That's a good question, man. I would say probably I probably would still stick with humble, man. With me being humble in the community, man, even in the pro-am and competitive side, just remaining humble and doing what I know best and sticking with it has got me to where I am today, man. So that one word, humble, it goes a long way.
Yes, it does. All right, Matt, with that, I'll let you get into some different style of questions here about 2K.
All right, real quick before we get into 2K, Purp, is your donation still going on for your travel basketball team?
It is. It's still going on right now.
You want to shout that out real quick? Make sure everybody, even if it's $1, like, let's get donations for Purp and his kids' travel basketball team.
Right. So just to give everybody a little insight, man, I coach AAU basketball, 8th grade boys, which would be considered really like 14U, 13 to 14U. We're planning to travel, I ain't gonna say across the United States, but we pretty much plan to cover the entire southern states and a few East Coast states this season. We're trying to raise money, man. My biggest thing is the reason why I'm doing fundraisers to raise money is because I'm trying to take a load off a lot of these kids' parents, man. A lot of these kids' parents, they're single parents, they're working, they can barely afford to really invest in the kids how they want to, and that's why I'm trying to come in and pick up the slack to invest in their kids and help them get along in ways that I couldn't when I was coming up, man. That's all it's about with me giving back, bro. So yeah, the fundraiser. If anybody needs the Cash App is basically my Cash App. Everybody knows $ Big Brother Perk 15. Um, you can send donations there. I keep track of everyone who's donated. I have everybody's name who has donated so far written down. My players know who has donated to them. I have their money set aside and put. It's actually separate from the other fundraisers I have going on. It's like it's strictly named a 2K fundraiser, pretty much. So it's set to the side. So everybody who did give to Big Brother Perp's travel basketball team, I got something in store for y'all. It ain't gonna be nothing big or nothing like that, but I do got something for y'all because I want to show my appreciation. I pretty much kind of got the list in my head a little bit, like just a couple of shout outs. You got DJ Lay, you got 2K Mondo, you have All Grind. That's just to name a few of the people who gave out. You know what I'm saying? Um, it was plenty more. I think so far the 2K community has donated 375 total, if I'm not mistaken. 375 from the 2K community. So yeah, man. If y'all want to keep blessing, man, the fundraiser will be going on the entire season. Because again, like I said, I'm trying to take a load off the kids' parents, man. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah, I definitely understand. That's why I wanted you to actually mention it. Me growing up, I played basketball, and my father was the only one that worked in the house. So I knew that there was times where, with me playing in 7 different leagues, it became a hassle on them. So, you're gonna see a nice donation from Philly Frenzy Podcast after tonight. I wanted to get you on first. Because I knew this has been going on in the works since me and Tay got together, that you were going to be coming on. So it's something that I wanted to do after you had come on. But I just want to make sure that everyone in the community helps as much as they possibly can. A lot of us, growing up, we understand the hassle that we put on our parents when we play 6 to 10 different leagues. So if we can help the younger generation out, we need to, because the younger generation is going to lead us one day. So everything Purp's doing, you got to get behind. Purp, let's just, roll into your 2K background. So you're the big brother in a sense. You need a retweet, you go to Purp. How did that really happen?
Oh man, kind of just like I told Tay, man, in the interview I did for Tay, it kind of those things. I put up a tweet one day, man, and I was just like, "Yo, if y'all want to, if you need something put out, you need a tweet going, anything of that nature, tag me and I'll retweet it." And it kind of started off like, slow motion. A couple people would tag me. I didn't have a following base at the time to really be doing it, actually. And before long, man, I guess people seen how passionate I was in trying to help them trying to get, and it just became an ongoing thing. And more people started tagging me, the followers start building up, and it shot off from there.
Now I believe it was last season, correct? You were a scout for the Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
How was the experience of, sitting down and looking at these prospects, working with the head coach, working with other scouts, and, really hitting on what makes an actual prospect worthy of making it to the league?
Man, it was a crazy experience, bro. It was nothing like it was no other. Actually being a part of a big organization like the NBA in general, working hand in hand with Lane, trying to build
best thing possible for Grizz to see who would be a good fit there and things like that. Just going over how interview processes went and looking at the dozers. And for those who don't know, a dozer is an in-depth report of your 2K combine uh, stats. So it goes in depth more as not so much as, oh, he's shooting 50% from here, but it goes way more deep in depth, and you get an actual look at the type of player that you'll be bringing into your organization. And then as far as the interviews go, man, you talk to these guys, you see what type of person they are outside of just gaming in general. Man, it was just an out of this world experience, man. I promise you, it's nothing. It's if you haven't been there, it's a place you want. Definitely a place you want to get.
Now you've played on both systems. You've come over from PlayStation 4 to Xbox. Who's got more comp?
Ah, man, baby. Man, I tell you what, man. I keep it straightforward and honest, man. Me personally, I feel like the best comp is PlayStation 5.
Okay,
but don't nobody got them swingers like Xbox, man. Man, swinging fools, man. Most definitely.
now you're part of E&G now. You know, when I'm guessing Jelly reached out. When Jelly reached out, was E&G something that you saw and you were like, I gotta be a part of it because I'm already putting out myself, and if I could help an organization like that the way that you are as a person, did it make a lot of sense for you to sign on and kind of take on that role?
It made perfect sense. I mean, an organization that's doing the things that E&G is doing, I don't see no other organization doing the things that E&G is doing. Just like at the time, I didn't see anybody doing the things I was doing besides as far as the retweeting part, but nobody was doing the things I was doing behind the scenes, I would say, that I know about. So it only made sense because if you're trying to get to the next level and not stay stationary like a lot of people are, then why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? Why wouldn't you want to be a part of something that's growing bigger than where you are today, if that makes sense?
Now, real quick before I end up giving this over to Tay, Jelly actually just said, I got to kick you off the show because you said P5 is better. But I'm not actually going to kick you off the show. But
Jelly, until he beats me in the series, I don't want to hear it. Until he beat me in the series, I don't want to hear it.
Go ahead, Tay. Take it away.
Hey, big brother, what's going on, bro?
What's going on with you, Tay? Everything good, baby?
Everything good, man. It's good to talk to you again, fam. So I just got a few questions myself, bro. I was really wondering, like, as far as your IRL team, your travel basketball team, what was you a coach first, or was you assistant coaching for Memphis Grizz first? Like, which role was first?
I've been coaching since 2013, bro. I've been coaching. I started off coaching the first post basketball team at Schofield Barracks in Hawaii, and I coached there. And I left. Once I left there, I got out of the military and I started coaching the youth around my hometown where I was in transition. I just kept going, and that's where it comes in now. I'm trying to get into actually coaching school ball instead of just doing a lot of the youth coaching.
And that really leads up to my question, man. I was really wondering, what would you say, like, what traits or like what from coaching in real life do you think helped you as far as like carrying over into the 2K pro-am comp scene and being an assistant coach and everything that you did for Grizz Gaming?
I mean, just being able to know your personnel. I think that's the biggest thing, knowing who you're coaching and how they take to your coaching. I think that's some of the biggest things, because if you have players who don't take to you as well, then you will have a harder time with coaching. Sir, no, get out of my room, sir. Thank you. Um, besides that, uh, I don't think anything else I could have took from RRL because you have to think like in RRL, I'm a whole lot more hands on with the kids as opposed to a game. I can control more with my kids when coaching than I can with someone playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're playing a video game, you still have to think about it's a video game. So a lot of the things that you don't want to happen or you really can control in real life, you can't control on a video game as much. You know what I mean? Um, so like a lot of things that I could dictate IRL, I really couldn't dictate or control on a video game. So just being able to know my personnel and know like, okay, I give you a example. So this past football season, I had a kid. He played quarterback for me all season long. Right, we made it to the playoffs, and I done cussed and fussed at this kid all season. He took it like a champ and continued to play. Playoffs came along, and I think he threw back to back picks on me, threw 2 picks back to back, and I chewed him out. Like I got on his case. But when I got on his case, I seen he started to get teary eyed, and I started to see him shut down on me, right? So in that instance, when I seen this happening, I had to change my coaching. I had to change my coaching method. I could no longer come at this kid aggressively and attack him the way I was in order to get him to play for me. Now I had to change my tone. I had to change the way I approached him in order to get him into the game, if that makes sense. Once I changed my aggression towards him, I toned it down, and I came to him and I was like, "Yo, hey, um, you're doing a good job, son, but you have to do these little things in order to get us to the next level." I broke it down to him. Boom. He wiped the tears away. He went out there. He played his heart for me. We still lost, but he took to me as opposed to when I was being aggressive to him. Same thing with 2K. When you have a player that's playing for you and you get all in their shit, excuse my language, but if you get all on their case and you cussing them out like, "Oh man, you ain't doing this right on the sticks, blase, skip this," you might get your point guard. That's the person you're going at. He may shut down on you. If your point guard shut down on you, then what? You don't have nobody to lead your troops. So now, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. You have to know your personnel. You got to know how you can come at a person and how you can coach them. Or do they take to your coaching abilities? So I think that would be my biggest thing as far as I could take from IRL to being an assistant coach for the Grizz Gaming.
Makes a lot of sense, Perp. It makes a lot of sense. So, Perp could name one thing. It could be more than one if you got more than one. But if you could name one thing, man, that you think hinders some of these pro am guys the most, like guys that are like really trying to make the 2K league, or they're trying to make it big in different ways in the 2K community when it comes to pro am. What do you think is one of the things that hinders these guys the most, that that wants to reach that height, but they may keep failing for whatever reason?
I can give you a couple. Lack of work ethic, lack of coachability, attitudes, the bad interaction they have on Twitter. It's a lot, man. That's just a couple of them. A big thing, even some who make the draft pool, not knowing how to conduct an interview. Shit, it's a lot, man. A lot.
Because I see the perm community. I see it. I see like it went from like 2 or 3 leagues, and now it seems like there's like 100 different leagues now, and like so many people are involved into it. And I see a bunch of guys talking, saying this and that on the timeline, different stuff. But I always wonder, because we had Toxic on here not too long ago, and Toxic was basically saying how it. He felt like himself that he may not be the flashiest player. He even maybe feels sometimes he's not the best player, but he said that one of the things he can't say is just that his attitude, his morale. certain things about him. He thinks, his marketability. He thinks that it attracts, people to him that gave him that longevity in the league. Can you agree to something like that, Perb? Like, a lot of those intangibles really makes a difference when it comes to being drafted.
Oh, most definitely. Toxic, that's my guy. Me and Toxic got cool when he was in Memphis. Uh, and yeah, man, that's true. Marketability, you definitely have to be marketable because what's the purpose of me having you here if I can't, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to be marketable, if you can't market yourself, that's another big thing that a lot of these guys fail on as far as trying to get drafted when they make the draft pool. They don't know how to market themselves, and that hinders them from making the league. So, yeah, I agree with Toxic 100%.
So a couple more questions for you, Perk. Then I got like a little topic that I want to discuss, and it's really for all of us to kind of chime in. But I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions first. So as far as your clan, bro, I remember when I interviewed you, we was talking about your BSC clan, and that it was up and coming, and it was kind of getting up off the ground and everything. Well, where are you with that down, man? Are you guys beefing up the troops a little more right about now?
Now we still on standby. So when I talk to the higher ups, um, we pretty much wanted to give everybody a chance to get next gen, and it's still up in the air about as far as a lot of people having next gen consoles. So as far as big steppers right now, we're kind of at a standstill right now. Um, we're really not pushing for nothing because again, we don't know who has the consoles, who doesn't, and we're doing because okay. So let me tap in a little bit more. Big steppers is under ENG, and ENG has a lot of bigger things going on right now. So those other bigger things are taking priority as well too.
That's Perp. So, all right. So as far as you Perp and Pro Am yourself as a player, I bake dots, right? I bake dots.
Don't be telling my name. Don't be telling my name, baby.
That's the competitive name that what I'm saying that rings out to me because I know I see a few of your tweets, man. I know you're active in the pro am. So where do you currently, man, the pro am? Are you playing right now, man? Are you competing in some leagues? What's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm playing, man. I actually just got with these guys. Team name Brain Dead. Some pretty good guys, man. This solid little squad. We haven't got a lot of chance to hoop with each other because I just recently moved, so I haven't really been on the game like that. I've been waiting for the internet to get on in the new house and all that stuff there. But yes, I will be seen in TPO League. I will be playing in WR. I will be in whatever other league they sign up for. You will see the Big Brother Perk in those leagues getting busy.
Man. So, all right, man. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this out, man. This is a topic that I kind of wanted us to discuss real quick, man. I really want to know your thoughts on this, right? So you may not remember this, Kurt, because you retweet a lot of stuff. But I seen something that you retweeted. This was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Like I said, you may not remember, but there was a guy that put a tweet out, and in his tweet, he had said, I'm kind of paraphrasing because I don't remember word for word. I tried to find a tweet, I couldn't find it, but he was saying that to him, he said that pro am was boring. He was talking about the competitive pro am. He was talking about how it was boring. He was saying that it's basically a bunch of guys standing around while the point guard stands at the top of the key and cheeses away. I your thoughts on this, bro, because I've had this conversation with a few people. I don't believe that it's boring. That's not how I look at it. I will say this, and this is probably the only thing I will say. I do think it would kind of be cool sometimes to see maybe some big men post up back to the back, see some post moves, or maybe see a little more offensive sets within pro am. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's why I got you on here because I really want you. I really want your expertise on this, bro. Like, what do you think? You know about what he said in that tweet. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Um, I would say to an extent, yeah, competitive pro-am is a little boring. But the reason why I say this
is because the pro am scene isn't what it used to be now that the 2K league is here. Not saying it's a bad thing because it's not. But before the 2K league, when they just had the $250,000 tournament, pro am was a lot more competitive, a whole lot more competitive. Matter of fact, before the league even got here, you had teams who people you had people who put teams together and stuck together. You didn't have this team hopping or this hey, we're in the 2K league together, let's team up and play this other 2K league team that came up with a name and now they together and nah man, nah. It was day ones grinding it out. I'm finna be the top dog. Who better than me? Point guards guard point guards, and that's when it was really nitty and gritty. That's when the pro am scene was lit. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the 2K league. It's kind of like I, I don't I don't mean it how it's coming off, but it's gonna come off as me saying the 2K league divided the pro am community, and in a sense it did because now you have league players who don't really fool with your up and coming pro am players unless you're an up and coming pro am player who's made a name for himself, right? Like, so if you're not somebody who really out here getting money, won your WR championship, or you just so happen to get into one of these draft teams and broke one of these 2K league players off to get your, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really like you're not in the mix. So now you're on the outside when it's a lot of guys who on the outside who really could who can compete but they don't get that shot because it's divided. So the comp is not where it used to be. If y'all, you know what I'm saying, if y'all following what I'm saying, the comp is different now. It's not. It's still comp. It's still competitive, but it's just not as competitive as it was back in the day. My opinion. You know what I'm saying? My opinion.
Do you think it would be more entertaining to watch if I know that it may be a lot to ask um, on something like this, but do you think it would be more entertaining if more like offensive sets were in the game, like in real life? Like I'll throw something out there, like you got like the triangle offense that Phil Jackson had created. You got little stuff like that, or different motion offenses that go on in IRL and stuff like that. Do you think something like that is even possible in the video game?
Um, it it could be possible. It could be possible, but the only thing that would hinder like you from being able to truly master an offensive set in the game is the way 2K creates the game on defense. If that makes sense. So if you're trying to run a triangle offense and you have a defense that's just spamming the X button, when you try to make those passes, shit, they go another way. Go interceptor, purple interceptor, they go another way with that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
in a sense, you can run those offenses, but you have to really be on your P's and Q's with your passes and stuff. I mean, that'd be the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's been a lot of offenses that has come about in the 2K community. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about the stuff, you got plays named after teams in the 2K community. You know what I'm saying? So that's just like prime example. Everybody used to love. If I'm not mistaken, it was 18. I think it was 18 and 19. Everybody loved to run Fifi, and everybody loved to run Direwolves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Direwolves, who is Direwolves? Direwolves is Ohio, Follow the God. You know what I'm saying? That's all them boys. That's who Direwolves is, but it was a whole play ran after them. You know what I'm saying? A rat back play. Hold the screen in the middle. Wide open every time. Pass gonna pull you in. So I mean, you can run offensive sets. You can definitely implement offensive sets and run offenses in 2K, but you just got to be really careful about the type of offenses you running. Because, like I said, the way the defense is, you make that wrong pass and me just spamming X, I'm going the other way with your ball. So it can be put in. It's just gonna take a little. You know what I'm saying? I guess you would say that would distinguish your stick skill to know to make the proper reads in the offensive set that you're trying to come up with.
Got you, Perk. Well, that's all I got, man. I really appreciate you talking to me, bro. Hey, Matt, you got anything to say about that though? About that topic, real quick?
I definitely agree with a lot with hold on, excuse me. I definitely agree with a lot with Perp. Coming from, I am a center when I used to play 2K, so I understand. There's actually somebody who decided that he wanted to jump into the stream and ask Perp a question. Jelly is my point guard when I used to play, and Jelly's the complete opposite. He's not a dance around point guard. Jelly wants to get you involved, but he's gonna yell at you, and that goes back to the coaching. Like with Perp, like Jelly knows if he yells at me, that there's gonna be no issues. I'm just gonna take it and move on to the next play. Yeah, I might get a little quiet. Yeah, but I'm not gonna pout. Like I'm gonna continue to play, but I'm just not gonna talk back to Jelly because I don't feel like getting yelled at again. But the community, when you look at the players and you look at the way that these guys run plays, Perp's hitting it right on, like hitting the nail right on the coffin. Like there's not much. These guys don't want to run plays. If they're not 2K League players, they just want to go out there. They're dribble heads, and it's who can make this person fall and who could do this. And you know, me coming up in 18 and 19, it was a lot different of a game compared to how 2K Pro Am now is. So I definitely agree with Perp with a lot of that. Joe, why'd you come in here?
I just heard that I haven't beat Perp in the series yet, so I just want to clear that for the folks out there. I have dogged out his squad a couple times.
No. Let's clear it up.
That game attack, I bait God. He don't bait anything because I believe his corner was pretty sweet when I was playing against him.
Oh man, cut it out, baby.
Get him, Perp.
Where your receipts at, baby? Where your receipts at? Hey, I'm talking about beat me. Let me go get my 5 and play your 5. I'm not talking about y'all about, hey man, we finna run these 10s. That don't count. Hell no. That don't count, that but you know you don't get
I'm ready for the showdown.
I like it, baby. Don't worry about it. I got you. We got you.
I'm playing it. I'm gonna have to tune in.
It's gonna be like the eyeball. What shows did we watch that day?
Clash of Clans.
Eyeball what? Yeah, Clash of Clans it's gonna be a halftime quit out.
Oh man.
We coming for you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get them dogs on when I get off the show, man. I'm gonna get them dogs on.
I don't know if my squad all got Xbox next gens. I gotta figure out if they do. I can't. No, most of them do.
Oh, baby, hey, when I see you the invite and tell y'all to load up, I don't want to hear nothing. Oh.
All right, Perp, I appreciate you coming on. Really, this has definitely been fun talking to you. To me, this is probably my favorite podcast so far. I learned a lot listening to the way you and Tay were talking. So, I mean, the door's always open. Whenever you want to come on, reach out to Tay, reach out to me. We'll have you on at any time.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. I come on anytime, man. Just let me know, and I gladly get on, man. I'm going to actually, whenever y'all get me on again, I'm going to try to have my boys around so my boys can kind of, tap in a little bit on my coaching style and show their appreciation to everybody who donated to them as well. I definitely want to get them to say they thank yous, man.
Sounds like a plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then everybody donate to Perp after he has to make a new build once I dog out his team.
Jelly, get out of here.
The post, hold on. Matter of fact, I'll tell you something. The post facilitator is coming out, baby. Don't you worry. Hold on. Let me tell you something right quick. You talking real reckless right now. Hold on. I'm going to get you right.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. What's going on. You see what's going on, baby. Hey, he in the making, baby. He is coming. He coming.
Throw that building rice.
I'm gonna throw you in rice when I'm done with you. I'm gonna throw you in rice when I'm done with you, baby.
Let me get out of here. I ruined the show enough. I'm gonna get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here. Tay, Rob.
He's already running.
Yeah. Perp, don't worry about it. He's not going to DM you about actually playing that game now.
Yeah, I know it, man. I know it. He ain't gonna hit me up.
Again, Perp, thanks for coming on. Tay, thanks for going to get Perp, having him on the show. Tay, thanks for, like, dude, I'm not going to do this after every time you come on the show, but thanks for being Tay. Like, you really put in the work. Perp, thank you for helping me find Tay. You pushed me in the direction to get Tay, and he's been nothing but excellent on our show. So I have to thank you for that as well.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I told you, man. When I see, you know what I'm saying, hard work, somebody who actually putting in the work to try to get ahead, man, I'm always willing to help or put in the extra hand however I can to help them get ahead, man. That's what it's about, man, helping one another.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure having you on, man.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Until next time, baby.
You too,
Absolutely.
Perp.
Care.
Philly Frenzy out, boys. See you guys on Friday. No, I lied. Yeah, Friday. 2 shows. Winter stays on. 5 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, Friday is tomorrow.
I'm all messed up with days. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern. Winter stays on. Joins Philly Frenzy podcast. Afterwards, we are going to be hitting Fast Forward Friday as we cover the UFC fights going down. And then on Saturday, we also have SSWI and the greatest lineup of all time. When it comes to NBA, each guy is going to break down. Tay, Rob, myself, and also Jelly will be back. Actually invited this time to give us his starting 5 in the NBA of all time. But until then, Philly Frenzy out.